Hi, welcome. My name's Julia Stubbe, and today we're going to do little mini sessions, and I have three beautiful women that have volunteered to allow me to record them during this service. So we have Moira from Arizona, Wendy from Montana, and Sara is also from Montana. So I want to thank you for that. So some of you have been asking me, well, what is it like to get an energy transformation session with you? And Spirit guided me to put this out there and put myself out there and do these little mini readings with everybody. So here we go. So we're going to start, ladies. Welcome. I am so grateful to have you here. We're going to start by running our energies. And what this does is going to bring your bodies into balance. And it's really going to connect us to source and earth. So if you're ready, here we go. So let's everybody bring our attention to our hearts. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Doesn't matter, in through the nose or in through the mouth, whatever's most comfortable. And allow your heart to fill with love and gratitude. And now, let's take that love and gratitude and send it down. And it could be, you could envision as a pillar of light, as a cord out your root chakra, however you want to envision this beautiful pillar of light filled with love and gratitude going down, 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 down to the crystalline core of Mother Earth, connecting with the heart of Mother Earth. And if you're really still, you may feel her heartbeat. And now, when you're ready, allow that love to return 1,000-fold. And that's going to come up through your root chakra, through all your chakras, out your crown. It's going to come out your crown, a small percentage going to the galactic core, the other 95% wrapping down and around and back through your root and circulating through you and around you in that perfect toroidal field in the shape of an apple. Just see, know, or feel it, or just imagine it. And now bring your attention back to your heart. And let's send that love and gratitude up through your crown to the suns beyond the suns, to the galactic core, and connecting with source. And now let's allow that love to return to us 1,000-fold. Down through our crown, through all our chakras, out our root. Small percentage going into the earth, the other 95% coming up and wrapping around and back through our crown, circulating through and around us. Again, in that perfect toroidal field, beautiful shape of an apple. See, know, or feel the energies of Mother Earth and Source merging together, fully anchoring us into Earth and connecting us with Source. And now let's allow that Christ cosmic energy to come in from 360 degrees from all directions into our heart. And allow that to merge with the energies of Source and Mother Earth, raising our vibration and frequency, allowing this beautiful energy field to expand 30 feet in all directions, 30 feet above us, 30 feet below, 30 feet all around, raising our vibration and frequency so that nothing of lower density can stay adhered or stay attached. How's that feeling for everybody?
Good.
Okay,
Very
so
nice.
so if Sara and Wendy, if you want to mute and turn your videos off, I'm going to see if I can bring more Moira. So how can I assist you? I'm not doing anything. I just keep my channel really clear. So I'm just getting information from source. So how can I assist you if I could do anything for you at all, even though I'm doing nothing?
So I experienced some traumas that shut off my psychic gifts.
Okay.
And so I've been doing some healing works, but I would really like to release the fear and propel my gifts into coming back into action.
Okay. So when you were younger, like in your teens?
No, just recently, about 3 years ago, I experienced this trauma.
Was it like a car accident or what was
No,
it?
it was all spiritual. It was very
All spiritual. Oh, good luck with that, right? All kinds of fun. So, but it's based on fear on previous lifetimes is probably, and also fear of family rejecting you for allowing you to be your authentic self and showing up and that you'll be rejected, that kind of energy. Does that make sense?
Yes, all that resonates.
Okay, cool. All right, so we're just going to hook in here, connect in. And we're going to activate your divine heart. And this is activating for all the participants, even though their videos aren't on. So we have your planetary heart chakra. And chakra 9 is your galactic heart chakra. And chakra 10 is your cosmic heart chakra. And we're going to bring all three of them together into your heart. And like the rings of the Olympics, they're all merging and activating your divine heart. It might look like a soccer ball. You may see it, you may know it, or you may feel it, the expansion there. But we're going to go into chamber 1, which is the chamber of all possibilities, and we're going to go to the galactic heart chakra. And Moira, can you go in there and just see if you see this beautiful holographic wall there? And just see, know, or feel it if you can, and let me know.
Yes, slightly.
Okay, so just, and don't overthink this. So just put your hands on the wall. And whatever number shows up first. So these are all the lifetimes where you were killed or rejected or abandoned for displaying your authentic, intuitive gifts. And what's the number that shows up there?
I'm getting either a 1 or an 11.
Let's go with 11, because usually it's a little bit more than, there's probably one's the core, but we'll go with the 11. And what we're going to do here is we're going to flood with divine forgiveness and divine compassion for self and others. We want to release all the fear associated with these lifetimes. We want to release any vows, contracts, hexes, curses, any promises, anything of similar origin that may be tied in place, like you, because you were rejected. You made a promise. It's like, I'm never going to do this again. I'm never going to allow myself to be seen again. And now what number, when you have your hands on the wall, shows up?
37.
Oh, so now you're going greater. Let's see what that's all about.
Okay.
All right, 3 and 7. Okay, there's 3 lifetimes and there's 7. That's still the 10. So there's 3 core lifetimes and there's 7. That doesn't really matter. They want us to look at the 3 core. And the numbers are just about a launching place for us to go. So don't get your head wrapped up of it, that it is more, because it's like spirit likes to play games with me sometimes too. So in those 3 lifetimes, can you see, know, or feel the sense that where you're being shackled to a wall? It's okay if you don't. Because I get victim energy. I get a lot of victim energy here where you're like laying on the floor and you're just been abandoned and it's like it's cold and it's damp. So I don't know if you're getting a sense of that or not, but that's the sense I'm getting.
I get like the 10 of Swords energy in the tarot.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is we just really want to flood that lifetime, and we're going to bring in this liquid golden light into those lifetimes. And do you work with any of the deities, any archangels or any other deities?
I have worked with Archangel Michael, Yeshua, and Mary Magdalene and Mother Mary.
Okay, so I'm getting guided to bring in the higher aspects of you that are Mother Mary and Archangel Michael into these 3 lifetimes. And just see, know, or feel them surrounding you in those lifetimes. And you should be able to feel this energy because you are so tied to those 3 lifetimes. And they're just surrounding you in love, and they're clearing all this outside influence, outside entities that are really clogging you down. And we're going to cut any course of attachment from those 3 lifetimes that are tied to this lifetime. And we're also releasing any karmic debt. As of the energies of 2012 allow us to do that. Again, releasing any vows, contracts, hexes, curses, anything of similar origin, any promises made in those lifetimes that's tying it here. And what are you getting now when you pull up on the wall?
Like a number?
Yeah, are you getting anything? You getting a number still?
Yeah, so before you even said that, the 20 something, maybe just 20 even came to mind.
Okay, so let's go with 2, because I think you're just getting some extra digits on there, but that's okay. So there's 2, and that's out of those other 7. Okay, I got it. So I want you to see you're in a family and you have 5 sisters. So just see, know, or feel that. And nobody else had intuitive gifts, but you did. Can you sense that?
I can.
So they all rejected you and they actually turned you in, you know, because it was like, if you know anybody, we'll save your family, turn you in. So it was an ultimate betrayal. It was your family betraying you, it was your sisters betraying you, and you feel like your gifts betrayed you. So we really want to clear that. You ready to let that all go?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And I'm just going to ask this, out of those sisters, those 5 sisters, do you get a sense of any of them that you know in this lifetime? And it's okay if you don't, but I'm just getting a sense.
No, I might, and I would say that that's a sister in this lifetime.
Okay. So what's that sister's first initial?
M.
M. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. Okay. All right, so we're flooding with divine forgiveness, divine compassion for self and others. We want to release the energies of abandonment and betrayal and really clear that out. We want to cut any cords of attachment, anything that might be draining your energies in this lifetime out of those lifetimes. How's that feeling for you now? Does that feel better?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you, we're back in this lifetime, you're back in your present, and I want you to see your sister across from you.
Okay.
And I want you to call all the fractals of pieces back to you and send all the fractals back to her. And that's just pieces where you've fed off of each other and given your energies away to each other.
Okay.
And just see, know, or feel them. There's a lot in your power center.
Yeah, I can feel some entanglement still there.
Yeah, so that's what we're looking at. We want to call that back, and then we're going to be cutting some cords.
Okay.
But I just want you to see, know, or feel these little fractals coming back. They're coming back to your solar plexus and your heart and other little places in your body. And anything that belongs to her, you're just sending that back to her with love.
Okay.
And now we're just going to call in Archangel Michael, the higher aspects of you that are Archangel Michael. And he has this beautiful platinum dagger. And he's just cutting the cords between the two of you. And also the cords on your shadow side. So he's coming along the back of your neck, down the back of your spine. This is also cutting any cords to those past lives as well with your sister, and then sealing it up. How's that feeling now for you?
Good, better.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to that holographic wall, and we want to access whatever number shows up, all the lifetimes where you were authentic and you were embracing your intuitive gifts and you were safe and you were in joy. And what's that number? Don't overthink it.
I don't get a clear number, but it feels like a very large number.
Okay, so what we want to do is we just want to also narrow that down to where you worked in the light.
Okay.
And then we're going to access how you did that, worked in the light, allowed your authentic self to be seen. You were safe, you were in bliss, and you were in joy. And we're going to activate the DNA coding within you that's been dormant, imprisoned, and sleeping through all these lifetimes. And just allow and feel that expansion. How's that feeling?
It's okay. There's still some pain there.
Okay, where are you feeling the pain?
In my chest, in the center
in
of
your
my
heart?
chest.
In your heart?
Yes.
All right, let's see what was happening there. I want you to say to your innate body, that's your smart body, to allow for expansion in your heart with grace and ease. because there's a lot of information coming through here. And because you were of the light, you worked from your heart. So let's allow that expansion.
Okay.
And allow grace and ease with all this information that's coming through. Does that feel better?
Yes.
There you go. And now we're just going to go into your chamber of beliefs, which is chamber 6. We want to release or delete or diminish whatever we can at this time, the belief that you will be rejected if you allow your authentic self to shine. Release or delete the belief that you will be hurt or abandoned if you allow your authentic self to shine.
Okay. Release
or delete the belief that you are unworthy of your gifts. Release or delete the belief that you are being punished and that's why you can't access your gifts. Where that came from. Release or delete the belief that you are not enough. And allow that expansion now. How's that feeling for you?
Good, powerful.
Okay, so let's just go into your solar plexus. We're going to do one more thing here.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to just bring in this beautiful, vibrant, golden yellow liquid light into your solar plexus. And you're going to feel that warmth coming into your belly. And that liquid gold, that liquid sunshine gold is flowing up and down through all your chakras. How's that?
It's good. I can feel the warmth.
Yeah, so that's going to continue over for the next couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to just come back in your consciousness. You want to mute yourself and turn your video off. And we're going to ask Wendy to turn her video and her audio on. Thank you, Moira. And we'll be back in a little bit. How you doing, Wendy?
Doing well.
Did you get anything out of that previous session?
Oh yeah, I got the numbers right away, which was, I thought, really interesting.
Yeah, so you got similar things. So it's like, so when you do that, it's when you work as a group, you also get the energies and the healing from other people because they're facilitating for you. So that's pretty cool. So now, knowing that I don't do anything, what could I do for you today?
I'm looking to get a clear channel to my spirit guides, higher self, galactic family, any of those. I can go along with, guided visualizations and that. And I can feel something, but it's minor. Like I almost want to hear that audible click, hi, you're now connected.
Oh, okay.
I know that doesn't really work that way, but I would like to do a better
let's just
channel.
talk about that because women, especially when we say see, know, or feel, because I'm clairaudient, so I do hear. So it's like I get badgering. So be careful what you wish for one thing. I'm just letting you know. But if you just know it and you can trust it, use your imagination because the imagination is the seed to reality. And the more you allow that imagination, whatever that shows up as, and trust it, that's going to expand that as well. Okay, does that make sense? Because
yes.
A lot of times we're programmed that it has to show up a certain way, but it's different for everybody. So do you like to write at all?
It's just not in the forefront.
Okay, so not right. So I guess what I'm saying is because they're telling me when you get messages, what do you do with the messages when you get them?
I usually just thank them and try to be present and and observe and see if anything else will come. So what they're
saying is possibly do automatic writing.
Okay. I'd
so
love
that
to
when
try
you're
that.
connected that way, because it's like you're not getting it up here, but maybe if you write and you're not even thinking about what you write and see what shows up that way, they're saying they would like to communicate possibly that way while you're developing the aha moment where you feel that really connection, because and then that way that your writing will assist you in building your spiritual confidence and your connection with them.
Fantastic. I'll try it.
Okay. So I'm being guided to go. We're going to have fun with you. I'm just letting you know because it's like they're out there saying, I'll connect with her, but we do want to say this because everybody wants to connect, and even lower vibrational beings want to connect, and they come in these disguises imitating higher vibration. So when I channel, and you might want to consider this, is I make sure that anything that's being channeled through me or I get is of higher vibration of divine love or higher. And
Okay.
and I have a gatekeeper. So do you work with any gatekeepers or anybody?
I have a gatekeeper. I think he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger because he's like serious.
Okay, well, so you just want to talk to Arnold and tell him about the rules. So
Okay.
it's like you want that to be one of the things. And you can also ask Arnold to limit how many people or beings come through at a time.
Okay.
And you can also make sure that any beings leave when they're done before
Yes,
other
please
beings
exit.
come in. So it's like your gatekeeper's an awesome, I'm glad that you have one. And they crack me up because they, like you said, Arnold, it's like, you're out here. It's like, because I've seen some really interesting ones myself. So the other thing they're saying to me is, how about a interpreter? Would you like an interpreter?
Sure.
So let's
I am
see
game.
it. An interpreter will help you decipher what the messages mean on a different
Okay.
level, and possibly through your writing or through that aha moment or whatever. But let's see where that takes us and see where you had an interpreter in previous lifetimes. So that's
Okay.
where we're going to go a little off planet with you, just so you know.
Woohoo!
Okay. All
I'm
right.
excited.
I'm excited too, because I like going off planet. All right. All right. So we're really connecting in, and you were in that holographic room, chamber 1, you're galactic. And what I want you to do is put your hands on that wall. And we're going to check in here of the lifetimes that you were either in the Arcturian or the Pleiadian star system, and whatever number shows up there.
3.
Okay. So out of those 3, what we do is we really want to open that connection of where you were, that highest of your highest self, and really connect with them. So what they're saying is to bring your attention to your crown. And I'm seeing this, it's just the way I see energy, is you have like a metal skull cap on. So you're ready to remove that.
Yes.
So we're just allowing that to lift off with grace and ease. And I just want you to see the light coming down. And this is from the Pleiadians and the Arcturians. And see, know, or feel that information coming through now. And see how, and feel your third eye expanding, and also your crown expanding out.
Okay.
And they're saying you can choose either one of the Pleiadian interpreters or the Arcturian interpreters.
I'll do Arcturian, please.
Okay, meet Ralph. So can you see? All right, we're going to ask Ralph to really present himself to you. So are you getting anything, a sense of who Ralph is?
A little bit.
Okay,
like
so
a general form.
Okay, so we're going to bring in what I call the Flower of Life disco ball. And the Flower of Life disco ball will illuminate Ralph. And he's fun. He's like, because the Arcturians are lots of fun. So he has different outfits he likes to wear. So he's not necessarily a clown, but sometimes he likes to get up on stilts and wear these bloomers pants to make you laugh. So he wants to bring humor to the whole thing, so you don't take this channeling thing so serious, but to enjoy it and have fun with it. And he's there to guide you as far as interpreting. So you can call on him and he's asking you to just start talking with him and do your writing do that automatic writing and see what you can come up with to work with a relationship with him. How's that feel?
That sounds fantastic. Actually, it feels good. I can feel in my crown. And then, of course, I got visuals of him with the bloomers and whatnot. Yeah, I did see
he's
him
silly,
clear.
and who knows what he'll show up with you in future times, because he likes to play and in his clothes and change and everything. He's not stoic at all. It's like he's like, I'm here for the party. It's like
that's perfect for me.
Okay, well, I'm just letting you know, because he wants to bring that joy into you. So now what we're doing is we're going back into that chamber 1.
Mm-hmm.
And we're coming into these lifetimes in the chamber. So we're actually here right now, we're going to deal with the lifetimes on Earth.
Okay.
And we want to look at all the times you were in the light, you worked in the light, and you were a clear channel.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your number there?
I get 101.
Okay, so let's just access those 101, that 101 lifetimes where you did that.
Okay.
Because you're like just on the edge in this lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to access your DNA and awaken that DNA of how you did that. Oh, Ralph wants to know how many lifetimes you worked with him out of those 101.
89.
Okay, so now that's why Ralph is here. He just wanted to clear the
Right
that
on.
this isn't a new relationship, that you've done this before with him. And he just wanted to share that with you.
Oh,
That's
fantastic.
hysterical, isn't it?
It is.
It's like, I can't make this stuff up. You know, this just shows like this stuff
Right.
shows up. Okay. All right. So we've accessed that. So now we're going to go to your Octorian life where you worked with Ralph directly on Octorus.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a chamber there. And it's there's many gifts in this chamber. And it's the chamber of your remembrance. So there's 3 beings there. One is who you were in that lifetime. One is your highest of higher self in that lifetime. And the other one looks to be, it's another relative. It's like a sister in that lifetime. So they're all here. And what they're doing is they're coming and they're dividing themselves. They all have their hand on your heart. So you feel 3 hands on your heart. And just cover those hands with both your hands. And they're just gifting you all your knowledge from that lifetime and all your family knowledge from that lifetime. And your highest of higher self is coming in as well. That's one of the 3 hands. And you can just feel that expansion and all the knowledge of that. And that's connecting you with your galactic family. On the Octorus level, there are many other star systems that you were with, but this is the one that they would like to work with you presently. Can you feel that?
Yes, I do feel an expansion there.
That's huge. Okay. And now they're bringing in this, it's a beautiful liquid blue light with swirls of gold and platinum in it. And it's just saturating through all your chakras and all your meridians, and it's giving you an upgrade.
Thank you.
And they're saying you can come back here anytime to this beautiful healing room with your ancestors and connect with us at any time. The Octorians are here for you. Ralph will bring you, but you don't really need Ralph to do that, but he likes to tag along anyhow. There you go. All right, so there's a fear here. So if you embrace this, it's like, what are you going to become? So let's go into your foundation, into chamber 1. And let's just solidify your foundation, your root chakra, with divine trust and divine flow.
Okay.
So that you don't have to know all the steps, and you can just trust the concept and trust that you're being supported on a really high universal level.
Mm-hmm.
So have you explored light language at all? Have you spoken in any light language?
I have not spoken any. I've watched a lot in the last year.
Okay, so are you ready to take a look at that?
Sure, I'm up for anything.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back into chamber 1, and all the lifetimes where you spoke different languages, spoke the light language, spoke the star language. And what's your number?
I got 1.
Okay, so we just want to access that 1. And we're going to
Okay.
bring that into your pineal gland and into your throat chakra.
Mm-hmm.
And awaken the DNA in there to allow you to be able to let that flow. And now we're just going to do E together. You ready? E.
Yep.
Now, ooh. And oh. Okay. So we'll see what happens. It's like,
Okay.
I'm just doing what they're saying. So do you have anything else you want to look at while we're here?
Anything I can release that would benefit me today?
Well, you released a lot of stuff, but we're going to go right to the back of your heart.
Okay.
So there's a heaviness there. See what that looks like, where that's coming from. And it's a little murky and muddy, and there's pieces of broken up pine cones. So it's kind of like a mulch pit. That's what they're saying. So you're ready to clear this mulch pit so we can allow your flowers and your garden to grow in your heart.
Yes, please.
So let's pull that all out. And what they're doing is they're just bringing a beautiful blue waterfall into your heart to clear all this old mulch out. Because you want this freshness of the spring to come into your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And allow that expansion in your heart. How's that feel?
That does feel good. And I can feel it out the back, like more
really
expansion or more pressure there.
Really clearing that. So what we want to do is we also want to come and we just want to, there's they're saying it's a port. So it's like a port drain. So there's also a leakage in the back of your heart and the back of your second chakra. So we just want to clear them out more with that beautiful blue water. Mm-hmm. So it can be cleared. And then we're just bringing in, it's like a jelly, it's a liquid jelly, and it's like a raspberry color. And they're just sealing that back of your heart and the back of your second chakra. It's where the energy's been draining out of you. Sometimes it's like you're losing your energy there. Mm-hmm. There. Do you feel that difference?
Yeah, I can feel like kind of a heat and a slight pressure, but not like, wow.
It's gentle. We're asking for grace and ease.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
It's like some people want the bulldozer effect, but I'm not a big fan of that. I like gentle and ease because I was an overachiever one or two times in my life, and it's like, no, we'll just go with grace and ease from this point on, especially for anybody else that I'm assisting. All right.
Sounds
so
fantastic.
Then we'll ask Sara to come on, and we're going to ask you, Wendy, to mute and turn your video off, and then I'm going to bring you back a little bit later. So Sara, do you want to come on board? So how are you, Sara?
I'm well. I feel like I got some amazing sessions from both of those.
Yeah, you do. Isn't it great? It's like you didn't know it was like going to be this way, did you? It's like it's amazing how the energy works, because if your body needs it, so even anybody that's watching this video now, you possibly could be getting those energies if you need it as well. So now that you've gotten all that, what's left for you? What would you like to? Where would you like to go with it?
I just want anything that is in alignment with my highest good and healing. I've had a really big year for emotional growth, spiritual growth, my gifts coming online, but I still feel like where they are directed towards me, there's a block. I can channel for other people. I can facilitate healings for other people. But when I try and tune in, I feel a little lost.
So, yeah. So, and I'm just letting you know, every once in a while, I need assistance too, because what happens is we have, and I don't like to say ego, but it's that ego is like, oh, you think you know it all, right? You think, watch this, because the ego does that to me all the time. So I'm just letting you know what ego says to me. So it's like, so what I can recommend, what I do with ego is I ask ego to go stand in the other room and get out of here while I'm working on this. Okay. And like we went into, we're going to connect. I see where we're supposed to go with you. We're supposed to go to your inner child.
That's interesting. I'm in an inner child healing class, and it's been
okay. Well, they're just telling me to take you to your inner child, and I'm like, okay, so let me get a sip here, because they're saying that's what has to do with you trusting yourself. So we're going to go back to like when you were in first and second grade.
Okay.
And I just want you to see yourself at that age. That little girl. And you're in school. And you made this project. Some sort of project. Can you get a sense of that?
I would say art, something having to do with art.
And it's like, and you were so proud of it, but there was criticism, some kind of criticism. It's like, well, what's that? What do you know? And it wasn't meant that way, but as a child, it was detrimental. Does that make sense? So it's like that doubt inside yourself, that question is like, well, what am I creating here? What am I? So I see that in that 6-7-year-old. So I want you to tell her I want her to show you her project, her art project. And I want you to talk to her about it, like the different colors she used, and ask her why she used them. And like from your heart, tell her how it makes you feel, how her art makes you feel now.
I have almost like a clenching in my belly.
I
have like a clenching in my stomach.
Yeah, because you're feeling her, because she feels like you're going to reject her. So I want you to just hug her first and tell her how much you love her. And what you're going to do with her is there's this big sheet of paper on the ground and there's these finger paints, and you're going to get down and dirty with her, and you're going to paint with her, and you're going to laugh, and you're going to put paint on each other's noses, and you're going to giggle. And let me know when you feel like the project is finished.
Okay.
And now you're going to frame it together.
Okay.
And you're going to hang it up. And it's in this beautiful library with all these different beautiful art projects, and it has a gold ribbon on it.
Okay.
And now look at your 6-year-old smile. You see her? She's excited, isn't she? She says, can you come and paint with me again sometime? All right, so let's bring that confidence of creating that joy of that creation, no matter what it is, from that 6-year-old up through the ages, your 7, 8, 9, through your teenage years, your 20s, into the now, and allow that shift to change for you. And feel that expansion. And just tell her she's got a gift for you. Oh my gosh, she made a bouquet of brushes. So I'm just saying that's what I see. So you want to accept the gift graciously, and you can give her a gift of whatever you feel she needs or wants at that age. And tell her how much you love her, and how much beauty she creates, and how beautiful she is within her heart. Okay, and we're just going to clear any doubts about her worthiness right here at this age. I'm going to let that flow and allow that to expand in you. Clear the doubts within yourself. How's that feeling for you?
Good. I'm having a good release.
Yeah. Because you don't even know, it's like those words, a child, when you're working with a child, you don't realize how much to heart they take your words. And it might not be meant maliciously, but it's taken that way. So we're just clearing that out. So let's see, okay. All right, we're going to go into, I like working in chamber 1, the chamber of all possibilities, your Akash.
Okay.
And we're going to access the lifetimes where if you were a seer. Okay, as I see it, where you were a seer. So we'll just start there. All right. So what's your number that shows up there?
Flashing between 2 and 4, like back
Okay.
and forth.
Okay, so we're just going to go with the 4. I always go with the greater number, and then we work down. So I want you, of those things, out of those 4, where did you give false information?
2.
Yeah, there it is. So we want to flood those 2 lifetimes where you gave false information, because you were a fake, you were a phony. Okay. In those lifetimes, the other 2, you were pure, you were light, you had those gifts, but you're still tied to that lifetime where you were a fake and a phony. And you doubt, so that doubt is still in you, like, oh, I can't even do this. All right, so we want to release all that. We want to flood with divine forgiveness, divine compassion for self and others. We want to release any vows, contracts, hexes, curses, anything of similar origin, any promises made during that lifetime that's keeping you from being able to really see your inner self and work with your inner self on a higher aspect level. Release any cords of attachments, and we're going to release any karmic debt. And now we're going to go to the two where you worked in the light and you were pure and your gifts were genuine. And it was with ease. And we're going to access the DNA on how you did that and awaken your coding. And just see, know, or feel that expansion now.
I have some fear coming up.
Yep. And I see it. So because it's like, oh my gosh, if I allow my authentic self to be seen, I'm going to be killed. So we're back to that one that we did with the previous. Mm-hmm. So access all the lifetimes. We're going to go with a number now. All the lifetimes where you'll be doubted. You'll be called a phony. You'll be called a false prophet. All those lifetimes where you were genuinely that, but you were still called a false prophet. What's the number there?
9.
Okay, let's clear that. Let's flood those 9 lifetimes with divine forgiveness, divine compassion for self and others. And let's bring in education of why you were called that, or why you were called false, even though it was true, because you were rejected for your authentic self. It's like, let's clear all that. Releasing any vows, contracts, hexes, curses, anything of similar origin, any promises. How's that feel now?
A lot better.
All right, now. Okay, so let's access that again, those 2 lifetimes where you were a beautiful channel. You could really connect with your highest of higher self. You would get information for yourself. You were truly connected to source. And you could really communicate with source, your source, to get information. And allow that coding to be awoken. So what they're telling me is, okay, so once I would get connected with source, this is my own story, they would tell me something and I'd be ready to go. And it wouldn't happen for 2 years. I'm like, well, what's all that about? Because I'm ready. Well, we're telling you it's going to rain in November. It's only April and you got your galoshes and your boots on already. So we're that type of being that we really want to follow source and we really want to be there. So what they do with me is they trickle it, because I am a go-getter and I love to be in that synchronicity and just really listen. So for me, it's the lesson about being in flow. Mm-hmm. And just trusting that I don't need to know all the steps, but to know that when the breadcrumbs show up, or the little things that make your heart sing or your belly giggle, to just go with those and see how it unfolds, and not judge yourself, because we want to release that. We're going to release that judgment, because you judge yourself because maybe you're not doing enough or you're not worthy enough. Does that make sense?
That resonates. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to go clear that. We're going to go into your chamber of beliefs, and we're going to release or diminish the belief that I will be rejected or called a false prophet if I allow my authentic self to show. Release or delete the belief that I'm unable to connect with source, that I'm not worthy to connect with source. Release all that. Release all self-judgments here. And release any energies that I will be judged by myself or by others if I allow my authentic self to shine here. How's that feel?
Good. Light in the heart.
Feels better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else that you feel heaviness in your body anywhere?
My throat right now. I just have a lump.
Because that communication. All right, so let's just go in there and see what's going on. right, so I'm seeing all these cordings, and it's tied to your third eye, and it's also tied to your heart. So it's like your electrical system, because I look at this like we're a computer. So it's your electrical system. It's got all these frayed wires. So you ready for an upgrade?
Yes, please.
Okay, everybody else is getting this upgrade too, just so you know. So you have all these wires, so they're going to be replaced. So we're calling in your technical team, and they're replacing this, and they're replacing your beautiful cord with an expanded fiber optic cord. And it expands out outside your whole body. And it's got a beautiful grounding plug. Top two prongs are coming out your feet, the grounding prongs coming out of your root chakra. And it's really connecting you into earth. And that beautiful beacon, that beautiful fiber optic cord goes straight up to source. Getting rid of all those outdated wiring systems. And we're asking for grace and ease here, for the energies to come through. And you're going to always ask for expansion. So when you feel a download or the information coming through, you want to allow your physical body, your cranial, whatever body part feels, allow it to expand, to accept this information with ease.
Yeah.
Breathe through it. Allowing my cranial to expand, allowing my pineal gland to expand, allowing my throat, my heart to expand with all this new energies coming through. And we're asking for grace and ease here. And we wouldn't be getting this upgrade if we weren't ready for it. So release the belief that we're not ready for this, that this is too much, releasing all that. There you go. Breathe through it. Allow your heart to expand. You can feel the tightness in your heart. Just release. Allow it to expand. Ask for grace and ease in the heart area. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take a beautiful thin filter above you. And you're still going to get the information, but it's going to come at a slower rate now. Because they wanted you to really feel what it felt like. So now that you know that the filter's there, it's just a beautiful translucent rainbow filter, which is going to adjust for whoever you are, to allow the information to come through with whatever you can handle at the time, okay, in little increments. And it may be different for each and every person. There you go. How's that feel?
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, much better.
All right, cool. So everybody else, Moira and Wendy, if you want to come back on.
Thank you.
So ladies, was this fun?
This was fun.
I am so grateful for you. Do you have anything you would like to share as a group about this whole experience?
It was really powerful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Go ahead, Moira. You're raising your hand again. I saw you raising your hand.
Yeah, I would just like to say, yes. I resonated so much with some of the stories that you were telling about my past lives.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that clearing, and I just want to say how powerful that was and how beautiful your energy, and that I very much appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys too. Thank you. Anything from you, Wendy?
Yes, I just wanted to say that I felt like I benefited from everyone else's session as well. So
yeah, that's the way it works. It's magical.
My little cranium here is.
Yeah. So, and that's why they said, put the filter on, because everybody's watching this, put the filter on. And it's like, I know it was even overwhelming for Sarah, because it was like overwhelming for me, because it was coming through. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put a filter for everybody. And it's just it's just like right up here around the 8th chakra, in there with your soul star. And it's just a beautiful thin rainbow, translucent. So it just really works with your DNA. I can't even talk anymore.
I'm a double fire sign, so I'm immediately trying to open the pores wider.
Yeah, and that's
I gotta
fine.
slow it down.
That's fine. It's like, so, but it's there, and you have control and power to regulate it, because it's yours. It belongs to you. It's nothing from outside of you. So when we bring something like that in, because you're connected to your source when we do it, so it's your source that's helping you create this for the information. So we're not bringing anything from the outside in. right, so I want everybody to hold on because I want to just say goodbye to our watchers, and I'm going to turn, but I want to talk to you afterwards. So just hold on 1 minute. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. And if you would like more information on the services I offer, please check out my website, juliastubbe.com. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, please click like since you watched it all the way to the end, and possibly subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.